Geek Dad Life presents Toy Geeks, a live toy talk show. Tonight, John and I are going to share some of our favorite releases for the year of 2022, as well as share some of our biggest disappointments. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toy Geeks. My name is Jay, and with me, as always, even in this new year of 2023, is my good friend John. John, how are you doing this year?
This year? I'm gonna go, well, I'm doing good. Optimistic.
Exactly. It's a new year. Anything is possible. We've got HasLabs that are coming soon. And who knows what releases will drop this year. So anything is possible, John. And that's always the exciting thing about a new year. I know we are doing the dry January thing, so no bourbon for me tonight, only water.
Wah, wah.
Yes. So for all of us trying to dry up and be sober this month, or just going on forward, I'm right there with you for this lovely month of January, at least at the minimum. John, I'm trying to get my life together, okay?
and the dry January is gonna make that happen.
It's like people that want to go to the gym, you know, just like it's the January thing. Anything is possible. All right, the chat is hopping. We got to talk about our favorite releases of 2023. Just the way the Sundays lined up. Usually we try to do this before, or like the last show before the end of the year, but today is the new year and Christmas was the previous week, so it just wasn't going to happen. So tonight we're going to be doing our favorite releases of 2022, as well as some of our disappointments. I feel like we got to at least share some of those as well. We're talking about that. I think we may have a Stump John as well, and any other things that drop tonight as we talk about them. But before we get into any of that, John, we got to say hello to the chat. It has been 2 weeks since we've done a Toy Geeks Live with you and me. Matt Hatter filled in last second, right before Christmas. So thank you to our good friend Matt Hatter. But it's been 2 weeks since you and I, John, have done one of these live. So let's say hello to the chat. It's hopping as always. We got Chris, Grubby Fish, Adam, Retro Action UK, Master Blaster, Power Ranger for Life. We got Koyito, Thanos Copter, Cardboard Galaxy, Dartherian, Adam Hammett, Studio Henge, Totally Rad, Dad is in the house, Andy Silva, Gotham Snocker, Snot Lips, Jace, Toy Gigasaurus, Hung Wen is here, Angry Elf. We got Tony Taylor from Tony Taylor Toys. We've also got Map Room Gaming, Cone Killer, Confuser, Larry's Geeky World, Austin Ock, and I did any see if I'll do it again, Leonard, Black Phoenix, and so many more. It is a hopping house, even on a holiday, John, like New Year's. Anyone still hungover from New Year's Eve? I was definitely feeling a little groggy this morning, John. It's out with a bang, right? When you're going dry for a month.
You gotta just empty all the bottles in the house if you go and dry in January.
Quip is here, Sean Harvey, so many more. Good to see so many familiar faces. Ralph is in the house. Good to see everybody. Kayla Silva is here. It's her birthday is coming up. I don't know if she makes that public or not, but her birthday is coming up. I know that. But anyway, all right, John. 2022. Where do we begin? Wait, did we get a new member? I have like a member thing popping up here. Was Oz a new member? Maybe becoming a member again? It's here we go. Ostradamus Toys, new member. Let's give you the GDL family.
I got family.
Ryan Dole is here too. I love that man. Happy New Year, Ryan Dole.
Happy New Year.
I love all of y'all. Y'all great peoples. Colleen is here. Okay, so and a $5 super chat, GDLCon 2023. Trying $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. And I gotta say, John, ToyCon is happening. Our North Carolina toy, or it's NC ToyCon, or North Carolina Toy Convention that John and I started before any of this Geek Dad Life stuff is back on, baby, for 2023. More details to come. But what was the dates again, John? Was it September 30th?
September 30th, Saturday, September 30th.
Saturday, September 30th in Durham,
North Carolina.
North Carolina. More details to come. We'll be sharing them here. I'm sure we'll have some of our friends, our toy tubing friends there. But it's still a lot of things a lot of planning that needs to get done. I think John and I have done zero work on it since we booked the plans.
It took us 3 years to book a venue.
So yeah, it is gonna happen, but it is happening this year in September. So mark your calendars, September 30th. If you're even within the vicinity of the Raleigh-Durham area, or even if it's not, maybe you just want to, like, I don't know, make a trip to RDU.
Yeah.
We're a pretty happy place. Come hang out. Okay, John, 2023 releases. We've had a lot of them, and we've done this a couple times now. And what are our rules that we usually apply to our top toys of the year?
Typically they are releases of the year, right? I strayed on one item, of my choices.
And you sent me your list. I was like, okay, all right.
But I said last week, or last time we spoke, and we decided our list, I said I'm going to have one thing that I picked up this year that is not necessarily released this year.
Yes.
So I'm straying. So I'll take the demerit, but that's okay.
Listen, we make our own rules, John, so we can do whatever we want.
We should allow one. We should get one, a freebie.
Father Christmas is John's number one. Hey, listen, you got it in time, which is the important thing.
And it's a really great figure.
It is. It's a great figure. Toy Connections is here. Good to see Toy Connections. Mad Hatter Reviews. There you go. There's our good friend Mad Hatter. Good to see you, my friend. But yeah, Flipper Frank photo op. Damn, yes. I know he's West Coast, but again, like we gotta try and get as many of our toy tubing friends to come.
Yep.
But okay, yes. Usually we try to apply, it's the Dan Larson rule, right? Like for his top lists or whatever. It's kind of like he had to buy it. Is it released and bought within this year? But you broke the rules a little bit, a scotch for tonight, which is fine, which is perfectly fine. We can do whatever the hell we want. So, John, I've got them all here, little clips and things like that. You can go in any order you want. You tell me, and I'll pull it up.
Okay.
10 points to Flippendor. Oh my god. But let's see. I'd love to ship on down from Boston for the GDLCon work schedule permitting. Hey, listen, September 30th. Mark your calendars now.
You got 9 months plus to prepare.
Plenty of time. But if you're like me, you'll still wait till the last minute. Okay. John, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first? I don't remember what the order was last time. So
I'll go first.
Okay, good, perfect.
It's all right. And I will get the not released this year.
You're gonna go right into it.
I'm just gonna jump in. Yep.
Oh, nice.
So it's earliest released first.
Also, I left this banner. It's still been in here. I didn't update it. Anyways, okay. All right. So you're going to get that one first. Let me pull up the little clip here for that, my friend. But okay. All right. Let me make sure it's not going to volume. And John, you have the floor.
All right. So this was my pickup. It was part of my hunt this year for me. And it was the Power Pack Hero series of Kenner's Real Ghostbusters. And when I knew I wanted these, because like I love the backpack and just the gimmick of each one being individually different. So I had bought this collection a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it was just nothing but Ghostbusters accessories. And I amassed every ghost and every pack for every character.
Yes.
And then I came across another lot like 8 months later. And it was a pack fresh set of all 6 figures, but no accessories. And then they even had all the card backs. They gave me they kept it all. And the figures are like brand spanking new.
Yeah, we'll make a big screen here, my friend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
I love the jumpsuits.
yes, I love.
I mean, Winston. I mean, it's super 90s. Like,
yeah.
oh man, they are absolutely awesome. I love how the companion ghosts are like
Mhm.
matching to the pack, like whatever the gimmick is.
Mm-hmm.
And this was, I know it's not released this year, but I was so happy to get these. And if it wasn't going to be the Power Pack Heroes, there was something I mentioned on our last live show on a Christmas wish list that I now have coming to me, and it was supposed to be here yesterday, but of course the mail is all screwed up. So I was like, all right, well, it's not going to be that, so it's going to be the Power Pack Heroes because it's one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So tune in next week for my Christmas wish list item that is now en route to me.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I love these figures.
Yeah, I love that line too. Naked Derby, first time commenter. Thanks for creating such a fun show. You're welcome. And thank you for being a part of this and mentioning something. We also had a couple super chats here I want to get into real quick. Speedy and Show, I'm guessing Retro Blasting won't be a guest. Maybe we'll touch upon that a little bit more, but you never know. You never know what could happen. It doesn't seem like that's the case now, but again, I'll never shut doors completely. Another super chat here, $5 from Scott D. Happy New Year. My favorite 22 toys are the great new Hot Wheels Star Wars Starship Select. Only $12 for great diecast withstand. The Razor Crest is amazing. Thank you, Scott D, for that super chat. But I completely agree with you, John. Like, to me, when I saw those figures, I was a hipster real Ghostbusters collector as a kid, but I was just like, as fun as the fright features and the super fright features and the Screaming Heroes figures were, I was like, well, I prefer the regular costumes from the first series of Kenner. And that's literally how I talked as a little kid, little Jay. But
I wish I knew that kid.
but when I saw the commercial, when I played that commercial, I was like, oh, they brought back just the regular molds, but they're totally like 90s or to me in Ghostbusters 2, the dark jumpsuits. I was like, they did the dark jumpsuits. And I love them so much. I love the Ecto 1A, which is just the Ecto 1 with the sticker slapped on it. I love the Power Pack Heroes. It's a great pick.
Yeah, Dole called it. Like, they are mall food court colors. It is spot on.
Like the old Taco Bell or even McDonald's. McDonald's back then had like just everything. Everything had that look.
Yep. Clothes, whatever. It was all over the place.
I know I'm pretentious RGB kid as well. Kayla Silva. I like Ghostbusters before it was cool. Listen, for those of us GB fans that like carried the flame for years, for decades, we know. Okay. We were hanging out on the Ghostbuster forums in the 90s.
You were getting retribution now.
Exactly. There was at least 13 of us back then. Okay. So, Saved by the Bell series. Yes. I love it. I love it.
The Max. These are all dressed in Max costumes.
Great pick. Okay, so now I gotta follow up that. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna follow up that. Actually, I'm gonna follow up with John. It's another 80s property. These may all be 80s, damn near 80s properties that we're sharing tonight because we can move on from the past. But this is a figure that I have wanted since the 80s, but no one had perfected it yet or had created a perfect recreation of this iconic character. But recently, like a week or so ago, this toy arrived on toy shelves in Raleigh, North Carolina. And there's a lot of preamble here. Let me pull up the video. But oh darn it, no, I don't want that. Damn it. I'm gonna keep going. But it actually somebody finally did it, and I think they've done figures of these before, but maybe not quite as good. But I am talking about NECA's ET Deluxe Ultimate ET. John, this thing it's perfect. It's a perfect ET figure. I'm talking about the deluxe one because the deluxe Ultimate ET has the LED glow chest. And here it is side by side, the LJN ET. But it comes with hands that are actually functional hands. You've got all the accessories to make his ET phone home kit, which is so freaking cool. And the posability is incredible. He looks fantastic. And when you turn off the little light, it doesn't even look like it's there. It is exactly the perfect ET toy. And I'm so happy to finally have a good ET, because ET, like Ghostbusters, is the one true love just based on the property, the cartoon and everything. But if there's like a movie that like represents my soul or can rejuvenate my soul the most, it's ET. And I'm so thankful that I have a kick-ass ET figure on my shelves. And even though it kind of came in the wire here for 2022, it is I don't know. I really love this figure.
Yeah, I'm not surprised it made your list. You've waxed poetic about your love for ET many times, and it's kind of surprising that it took this long to get like a great ET figure.
Right?
You know? I mean, it's a blockbuster movie
Yes.
that appeals to millions of people. Like, how does it take this long to get a halfway decent figure?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's nice that they finally did it,
Mm-hmm.
just like, it took forever to get good Gremlins figures. It takes forever to get so many great properties that for years there was, a Bendy figure or, like an Applause made a lot of things, just like Stactions.
Yeah.
But yeah, great figure. And I can't put like that first picture that you put up. I thought that was just his chest. Like it was just like a translucent orange. But with
That's
that
an
off, you
LED.
can't even tell that is. It just looks solid brown.
Right?
That's crazy.
So again, I know NECA's made ET before, I think, and again, it's not like people haven't tried, but to me, this is finally a perfect ET figure.
Yep.
And that's what's so exciting, at least to me. I don't know. Maybe people are like, "Geez, Jay, this made your top 5. What the hell kind of list is this?" That's fine. You can say
it's your list. It's your list.
It's my list. Some people might say, "F you, Geek Dad Life," and I wouldn't say that about somebody else. But whatever, you can say whatever you want about me. But to me, I think this is, I don't know, I really love it.
Great pick. Great pick.
Yeah, Spielberg didn't go to the Lucas School of Merchandising. Red Form with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Red. Super impressed with Mondo getting both She-Ra and He-Man out before the end of the year. Both are great figures. Also, Mafix classic Iron Man. Hey, maybe one of those will show up on the list. We'll definitely get to that at some point. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, to me, really excited for it. And just there's other NECA figures that I think are out, like the Ward, or no, I don't think War Duke actually. Grim Sword, I think, was showing up. I don't think people got. I feel like
I haven't seen
trickling out.
I haven't seen War Duke anywhere on
Yeah,
like any.
Grim Sword has been showing up.
Yeah, Grim Sword has been. I don't know if it's from BBTS pre-orders, but
yeah,
I know people had him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's John and I might have like opposite ends of this. Well, I don't want to spoil anything.
We'll get to it. We'll get there.
But hit the like button right now if you haven't done that. If you're enjoying this conversation, we got 307 people watching right now. Hit the like button. Let's get to I don't know 150. I don't even know where we're at right now. Okay, John, that was my number 5. What's your number 4?
Well, we'll stay on the same Spielberg train.
Ooh, okay.
Because again, another blockbuster movie that took forever to get any proper toy merchandise. And this year for me, it was Hoopa
Hoopa drives the boat.
from Jaws. And this is Hooper in his Amity Arrival outfit, sporting his little duffel bag, and the one thing that I don't like about this figure is he has this weird gripping hand, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't come with an alternate hand that doesn't look so ridiculous when he's not holding his little cup. So it's like if you're whatever scene you're going to pose him in, it's like, oh well, he's always
the only one you can really do.
Yeah, that's it. He always has to have his cup because it just looks stupid without it.
But holding the bag here looks fine.
Right. But if you it's one side or the other. But they did a great job with the sculpting. I mean, they always do such a great job with the cloth outfits. You know, it's like it's just like he's wearing like a little denim suit. You know, it's like it's like it's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, you know, where it looks so well done. And it's just micro-sized. There goes his duffel bag. But yeah, I'm super happy that we're finally able to get proper Jaws figures.
Yes.
Outside of the reaction figures. But unfortunately, the set won't be complete because we can't get Brody.
The Brody estate, come on. That's not his name. What's the actor's name again? I forget.
Roy Scheider.
Roy Scheider, thank you.
Yeah, the estate of Roy Scheider.
Come on.
And whether it has to do something with they're like against the factories, the company being used, you know, like in China. Like they don't want the products made in China or something like that.
Okay. That's fair, I guess. But I don't know, NECA, like, can you just make like a special factory and somewhere else that could make...
Can we just get like a one-off? Like we're gonna make them in, you know, Canada.
There's toy factories in plenty of places, not China. Just pick one of those. But yeah, I love the Canadian tuxedo, and to me, cloth goods, especially at that scale, can always get a little wonky looking. And but I love how like perfectly in scale that jean suit is. It's not like big and bulky. Like
they kept it. I mean, they kept it really nice. Right. I mean, I would say this is like equivalent to. I mean, it's not 100% equivalent to it, but they do a really good job. Like Mezco 112 does a really good job. And sometimes NECA soft goods, or even like Mego, the new Migos, where they're just so baggy and bulky, and the stitching is so big on it, it looks ridiculous. But they did such a great job on him.
Yeah, agreed. Just grabbing a picture of Lee's head. They didn't like Costner. Problem solved. That's more denim than Jim Varney ever wore. Okay. Kel, it'd be nice if these movie stars would step off the soapbox, and think of the fans for once. You know, hey, listen, everybody has,
even when they're deceased.
Huh?
Even when they're deceased.
Dead, so maybe that was like his dying wish or something. You know, you never know.
Don't make a figure of me.
Yeah, exactly. Come close.
I don't want to be a toy.
We're going to hell. Anyway, all right. Yeah, was there ever a Roy Schneider?
There is.
Oh, okay.
There is.
Boom, there you go. Lucha just showed up. For some reason, I thought it didn't start till 9. It's always 9, Lucha. I think, usually. Sometimes 9:05. Running behind. All right. John, I think my next one is a release that is probably on a lot of people's tops of the year or whatever. It's a little bit lower just because I feel like you have to grade this one on a curve a little bit because it was spendy and it's gigantic. I think you know who I speak of. The biggest Marvel legend of all time, Galactus, the HasLab Galactus. Now, I didn't back this set. Cobweb, if he's here, I bought one of his spares. He was so generous to sell me one. But I got figure FOMO hard, especially when I saw it at Comic-Con, and I knew I needed it in the collection. Was able to pick one up, aside from paying for shipping, which was pretty pricey on the shipping front. But still, very thankful Cobweb for selling me his extra one. But it is, while sometimes these gigantic figures can be so impressive just because of the scale, I also think it's still a really good figure. The LED functions, the articulation, you could tell they fixed a lot of the engineering on the figure that maybe some of the learns from the Sentinel. And really, I don't know, it's just it's a fantastic figure. You got great pack-ins with it, great accessories, and just it's so impressive of a release. And it would be hard to do a top 5 for me out of figures that I have bought this year, or this past year, I should say. No, we're in 2023, the past year, 2022, and not have this one on the list. John, have you seen one in person yet?
I haven't. I've only seen the box, because
okay.
we like at the toy show, like seen the box of it, and it's enormous.
Yeah,
It's absolutely enormous. But yeah, like you said, the price of it, just I don't think you can reflect, having something on the list or something be great just because of the price.
mm-hmm.
But in this case, it seems the price and the scale, like everything adds up. Like it's all great across the board for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like the Sentinel, a lot of people did have problems.
Yes,
but them addressing all those issues and any ratchet hips and knees and all those things that the Sentinel had problems with.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I mean, it truly is a marvel to see this thing.
It really is. It's right here behind me. It's always kind of right behind me, right there. And yeah, I think the engineering, the actual paint, the way the face looks, it's a badass toy. It's just a badass toy.
Yeah. And if we went back 10 years and you look at the Toy Biz Build-A-Figure Galactus and you sort of fantasizes, it's definitely not a great Galactus in the grand scheme of things, because it's only like twice the size or 2.5 times the size of a regular scaled figure. So then when you think about like, well, how can they make it bigger? Well, or how can they make it better? Well, they'll just make it bigger. But making it bigger doesn't do it justice, where when you take this one, for example, with all the articulation, the lights, it's in the paint apps, and that skull face, it's crazy. That picture that you had, it looked like it looked like a person in cosplay,
right? And the additional figures that like the heralds are great. It's not without fault. I think the little hand connectors, I believe they're prone to breaking. Luckily, mine have not. It's also hard to get them kind of connected in position. But other than that, it's a fairly flawless execution. And it is going to be hard for them to top. I think, T-Glow said here, will be tough for Hasbro to top in size and just how well it was pulled off. As AI Collectibles says here, Galactus was on my list as well. Beautiful figure. The engineering is fantastic. The ratcheted joints, everything that people complain about with the Sentinel, they fixed with this exactly. And yeah, across the board, I thought they did a fantastic job. And that's why it is on my top 5. Well done, Toys R Us. That Silver Surfer is freaking rad. Well done. But that's why it is in my top 5. All right, John, what's your number 3?
Number 3 is the G.I. Joe Classified Crocmaster.
Crocmaster.
Now I understand a lot of people are probably saying, why Crocmaster? She's peg warming so hard.
That's not a qualifier, right?
But that, yeah. This is that G.I. Joe figure. I mean, I love the vintage Crocmaster, one of my favorites. And the just Crocmaster being made and classified really this early into the line when there's so many other characters that probably deserved higher up ranks and releases.
Mhm.
But just getting Crocmaster like with a giant Fiona.
Yep.
I mean, I never thought that there would be a day when we get a 6-inch scale G.I. Joe line
Mhm.
and we get a Crocmaster like so. I mean, it's been a few years, but it's still really early in the series when you
Yeah.
compare it to how many figures have been only been
Sure.
released. And they executed him perfectly where, his armor, it's gator scales.
Yeah.
And his wrist gauntlets, gator scales. It's like, how can they do Crocmaster any better?
Yep.
They can't.
Yeah.
Because this is like perfection for a sort of super wacky character
Mhm.
where when I was thinking about it earlier, why does Cobra have a croc trainer? Like their reptile trainer, it trains crocodiles. Why? Shouldn't he be training like anacondas because they're snakes? Because Cobra is all about snakes. But I mean, it represents the absolute bonkers characters that G.I. Joe came out with.
Yes. Yep.
And I mean, they couldn't have done them any better. I love it.
Yep.
Absolutely love them.
I completely agree. Like, and who said it's Lucha Johnny. Classified has knocked it out of the park with basically every figure released this year. They don't have a clunker in the bunch. I agree with. I'm trying to think. When I saw that comment, I was like, yeah, no, damn, like every figure could be in your top whatever list of toys. Like Classified, if we had to pick a best line of the year, would probably be Classified this year because it was there wasn't a clunker. Like every release was fantastic, and you had a fantastic HasLab.
Yep.
Right in the thick, like everything they did in 2022 in terms of releases. Sure, you have peg warmers or whatever, but they were all fantastic figures.
Yeah. Yeah. And they just started
Not Dusty.
Surprisingly cranking them out super fast.
Yeah.
Where it's like, like the twins showing up 5 months early. And now, Zorana is showing up. Everybody's got her already. I can't believe how fast it's catching up.
Yeah.
And I remember, the predictions list last year, like going through the list of all these pipeline figures that are just like in name. There's not even a render or anything. And now people are holding them right now.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how fast they're getting it out.
The speed too. I think that's part of it as well. I think I saw Toy Galaxy, like I think his favorite of the year. Another friend of the channel, Ted, had I think it was his favorite toy line of the year. Like it is. And so many of our friends, even people like casual G.I. Joe fans, are loving releases. And again, that's not to say. I guess there's the movie figures you could say were clunkers. Was that this year? Was that 2022? I don't know.
I think that was last. I think their last year figures still hanging around.
Yeah.
They're the Eternals.
Yeah, exactly. The G.I. Joe movie or the Snake Eyes figs are definitely the Eternals for Classified this year. But anyway, yeah, just really cool stuff. Wait until the Super 7 twins, extra $30 for the Scar. But yeah, let's see. Brian Brink. Oh, love the new logo. Ooh, with the little chart there. You see?
Oh,
I love that, Brian. Love the new logo. I think these Joes showed up 5 months earlier because that particular container ship cut the line to the docks. Maybe. Jeff Morris. I love Classified. I've had a few figures with defects, but overall, I'm happy with everything I bought. Yeah, again, I guess no release is devoid of issues every now and then, but it's on the whole, Preparation H feels good. Right, different line.
Nope, but
it didn't even deserve it, but whatever. What's funny is that's labeled as rim shot in my.
Isn't that what it's called?
It is called a rim shot, but just anyways. Okay, moving on. Spoiler alert: someone picks Serpentor number 1 tonight. I don't know if it'll be number 1. We'll see. Maybe it will be. I don't know.
Are you doing yours in order of like to or most like to like?
Yeah, mine is in order. Like so,
Okay.
my number 1 will be my favorite release of the year.
Okay, so everything. My 2 through 5 are in no particular like to dislike, but my number 1 is my number 1.
Okay, all right, that's fair. Yeah, my it's kind of weird how it worked out, but yeah, mine is in. Yeah, mine is in order for sure. That was your number 3. Is it my number 3 now?
Yep.
All right, my number 3. You gotta have a Motu, or I guess I don't have to have a Motu on this list. I mean, they could have done terrible releases across the board. Not one would have captured the top 5, but there was a lot of great Motu releases this year, and if I had to have one slot that Motu would have represented, and the fact that I got my Mondo He-Man in time to make this list, just based on, prejudged thoughts, I would have thought that figure would have made the top 5 list. Mine did not enter my top 5. So since that was a bit of a disappointing experience for me, and again, my review of that should be up on the channel this week. Subscribe and bell so you don't miss it. I had to go, okay, what other Motu releases did I think were like some of my favorites? And I kept, and there was great ones, right, John? There was the 40th anniversary 2-pack set, San Diego Comic-Con. There was a lot of great Origins releases this year. Got a Wondar, which I was really excited about. And a lot of people are saying Modi, but I don't have a Modi yet. Like, to me, if they're on this list, I bought it this year. It was released this year, and I have it in hand, right? Because if anything is the Mondo is proving, I need to see it. I need to have it in my hands to tell if I like it or not yet. But this figure, time and time again, when I was thinking about all the releases, ended up being my favorite, and it is the new Eternia Skeletor. And you have an absolutely stunner of a figure, giving you multiple looks, but kind of having a bit of a modern touch while still having that classic Skeletor look. And even though I did really like the 40th anniversary 2-pack Skeletor, when you have it side by side to the classic Skeletor, I still think it's the better of the releases. To me, I think they always pull out all the all the stops for the Skeletor releases. There's just something about that figure. One is it was the ease of getting it. It was $20, $22, whatever it was. And I think it just, for a retail release figure, for it to be able to go toe to toe with classics, is a testament to how great I think this figure is. It's out of all of the regular releases so far this year, it's my absolute favorite. And I might take some heat for not picking the 40th anniversary 2-pack Skelly. I think it's good, but it's not perfect for me personally. So my number 3 is the Masterverse Skeletor.
Those are some strong words, Mr. Glatfelter.
Whoa! Hold on. All right. Okay. We have our first fight of the night. What's your thoughts there, John?
We might. Well, should I go right into my number 4?
Sure.
Because I will see your Skeletor and raise you a better one.
Whoa! Hold on.
40th anniversary one. My number 4.
Number 2 is your number 2.
Well, it's my 4th one. My 4th.
Oh, sure.
Skelly.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So, when you compare, for me, okay. So when you compare this Skeletor to the vintage one, it's a better comparison because he has purple feet.
Okay.
But he also has an actual belt. This is not the whatever you would call these.
Yes.
His the armor on his waist.
Mm-hmm.
It's not made into it. It's not a solid piece. It's
Yes.
actually a belt, just like the
Yes.
vintage figure.
Yep.
So because I almost chose the new Eternia Skeletor,
Mm-hmm.
but when I put them side by side,
Mm-hmm.
as much as I love the other one, this one wins every time because
Is it
it's so,
just a little belt thingy? That's it. That was
I mean,
your
but the feet,
differentiator?
it's I appreciate this one so much more than the other one because it's like when we first got classics
Mm-hmm.
and we were so jazzed that they're just better versions of the vintage figures. They're just
Mm-hmm.
upscaled articulation, better
Yeah.
paint, blah blah blah.
Yep.
But then when I see this figure, and as much as I love classics
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of the figures, when I put this figure next to the vintage one now,
Yeah.
I see this is a better Skeletor.
Mm.
And then of course, with this pack and the die cast sword
Mm-hmm.
and the this
Die cast.
the Havoc staff, the
Damn
skull and the
thing.
Havoc staff being die cast.
Mm-hmm.
It is, for me, my quintessential Skeletor.
I'll see your point and have a counterpoint.
Okay, let's do it.
As one, the die-cast weapons, because we're taking them out and kind of reposing them or whatever. They've kind of stretched out the hands, like they've kind of been weighing on my hands a little bit heavier because I took them out of the package after Comic-Con and have had them sitting out since then with the weapons in their hands. And the swords have kind of stretched out the hands a little bit. So while it is cool, it's not as functional to me. And then also my jaw on my Skeletor is just loosey-goosey now. And it can't, he's like, he's a loose jawed. And it's just, he can't have he's all, that's all he can do now.
I have no problems on the hands at all. Nothing. It's
no, it's a great figure. I think it's fan. Oh, here we go. Here's my other hot take. If it was such a great figure, why is there still not a retail release? They've done the He-Man for months now. Where's Skeletor?
Because it's more special that way.
Release the 40th anniversary Skeletor cut. Release the Skelly cut.
Okay. Maybe the early versions are with the loose hands are San Diego exclusives because mine came from Mattel Creations.
Loose hands sink ships. Loose jaws, the true hallmark of a dying brand toy guru, probably. Ryan Dole, John Skeletor is my Eternia, flawless. New for 23, loose jaw. Cobweb, stretched out hands and loose jaw. What's your Skeletor been doing, Jay? I don't know what happens when I leave this office. Oh my God. Oz. John the elitist Jay is all about everyday man's collector. John only chooses exclusive
only exclusives.
I won't share figures with the commoners. Oh my God. All right. Loose. Yeah, exactly. Loose. What happens if the toy room stays in the toy room? You're right. This is a judgment-free zone. We are sex positive here. Oh my God. All right. How do we get back on track? Where are we at? Is that your number 2?
Yep.
All right. Hey, Ted Biaselli's in the house. You're both wrong. Mondo Revelation Skeletorans. Maybe you're Mondo. But hey, Ted, didn't you pick? Oh, maybe he's just picking between the Skeletors. I thought he picked She-Ra as his favorite. out of the Mondo stuff. I thought.
I thought I thought the She-Ra was the favorite of all figures this year.
I thought so. I have to like go back to his list. If you aren't following, it's Anime Ted, right? I think that's the Instagram.
It's like animated.
Yeah, but it's like animated, but it's I guess animated has Ted in it. I could just look it up real quick, but he's been doing his countdown. He does an amazing job. He's an amazing person.
Great photos.
Like just a good person, period. But he also does a really good. What is it?
This is a strict Skeller argument.
Oh, okay, strictly Skeletor-based argument. Okay, fine, Ted. But yeah. So follow Anime Ted on Instagram because he's been doing like his recaps for the year as well. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. So yeah, here it is. She-Ra. So sorry, Ted, you're disqualified from putting Mondo Revelation Skeletor as your pick. Boom. Moving on. Also, congrats on Wednesday. Such a good show.
It is so good.
Damn good show. All right. It's my turn. All right, my number 2. So, John, this might seem, I don't know. I don't want it to maybe come across as hypocritical. Okay. Because by the end of this past year, 2022, I was not, or I had to kind of give up. I had to move on from this toy line, a toy line that I fell in love with, head over heels. So I don't think I have that song in my chat anymore. No, I still have head over heels. Yeah, this is how I was feeling about it. But as everybody knows on this channel, by the end of this year, I was like this with this toy line. And that is none other than Super 7 CMNT line. But I still had to put this beauty of a figure that I got way at the beginning of this year, or this past year. Damn it. The new year today. But that is Muckman, an absolutely incredible action figure. And I think out of all of the ones that have gone like super clearance, and you can find these things for like $20 on Entertainment Earth and crap like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the biggest sin, that it is that cheap, because this figure is incredible. It's got girth. That's what she said. It's got amazing paint applications. It's got really cool articulation. It's got its own his Joe Eyeball. It's like its own action figure. It is one of my favorite releases of the year. That's what makes the whole kind of fall from grace for this toy line for me so tragic. Because this figure, it shows like when they do it right, it is some of the best TMNT toys ever released. And Super 7's TMNT Muckman and Joe Eyeball was incredible. Yeah, it was this year or last year, but I look at the video. I was like February 1st. I posted this video, and yeah, it was incredible. John, did you keep yours or did you sell it?
I still have him.
Okay.
Because we had 2. We each had 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I sold my loose one. I still have one sealed that will eventually become uncased from his prison. But yeah, like you said, it's a shame that these figures are super cheap. Well, it's a shame that we paid so much initially. That's the biggest shame. But when we first saw like Nate Barch's control art for these, we said Muckman figure of the year based on the art alone. We hadn't even had him in hand. We were a year from having him in hand.
Yeah.
And it paid off. Like this figure is beautifully sculpted. It's probably one of the very few figures from the TMNT Ultimates that have, I don't think there's been any like real reported problems or broken anything.
Yeah.
And it's just a great figure. Like this, this could go with any line, really. And I don't like, if you maybe just like figures of monsters, you need this figure. Like if you don't collect turtles, it doesn't matter. Like this figure is so well done. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I Brandon 3G, exactly. I hope for a redemption for Super 7. I hope for that as well. Rat King, General Try. Like, yeah, there's still characters I want in that toy line. But again, like I said in my video, where I'm done buying waves, I'm done buying at full retail. Because hell, so Wave 6, Black Friday, they were already down in the $30 something range, $35.
Yep.
And I got a Scratch and a Sewer Surfer Mikey for $35 a piece. So, yeah, so that's going to be the move forward, which I know probably can't be sustainable for the toy line. That might flip at some point in time. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Yeah. You never know what's going to happen with these figures. It
Yeah.
could once the reserves, between Big Bad and just other vendors, once that dries up, who knows what could happen. But we said that the first time, and then Super 7 has reissued the Turtles 2 or 3 times over.
Yep. Yeah. True. It's true. All right, John, I think that means we're up to your number 1.
Yep. We are at my number 1. And I know it's going to be an unpopular opinion.
I don't know if it'll be unpopular. I feel like there's people that love this figure.
Me included. And it is, and I'm sorry for everyone that has issues.
Yeah.
It totally sucks. But the Mondo He-Man, I don't have any problems with mine. I haven't had any paint rub, no broken joints. Everything is in working order. There is, when I took him out of the tray, I gave him the hair dryer treatment for like 10 minutes, just over and over without moving anything at all. And I haven't had nothing wrong. And I love it. Like, this makes me want everything Mondo He-Man Masters, all of it. Even though, like, except for I'm not real big on the Revelation Skeletor. I'm waiting for a regular Skeletor, but I have major regret that I didn't get Battle Cat, and I'm not going to pay aftermarket prices for when that comes out. I don't want to pay the retail price for that thing. But I mean, it is unbelievable.
Yeah.
The boots with the fur, spot on. The everything. It's like a masterpiece for me. I love it. I know I saw Hatter's. I saw his picture of He-Man in 2 pieces. And it totally sucks that everyone is not able to share in the enjoyment of it without a problem.
Yeah.
I just, when I get a figure like this, this makes me rethink my collecting altogether.
Wow.
Where I'm just like, all right, my collection is going to be quality over quantity now. And I'm good with just doing 6 scale. I'm good with that. That's fine. As long as they keep doing all the characters I want, I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I kind of want more, like, if I could get other He-Man regulars, so I can use have the battle armor and the Thunder Punch all displayed at once.
Yeah.
Man, I'm top notch. Absolutely number 1. For real, number 1, not just in any particular order.
Listen, I'm so thankful you didn't have any issues. And I wish mine didn't. So all this footage is for mine. So this is all the footage that'll be in my review of the figure once that gets posted this week. And so I'll spend more time talking about my issues there, and there'll be pictures and more close-ups and stuff like that. But I had a lot of the paint rubbing issue, and really all the video footage of me is taking out and putting the different things on. That's all I did. And very quickly the appearance was deteriorated. And had several people, like Jace, his snapped in half, like so many friends of the channel with the QC issues. I've also saw somebody say the shins being different colors. You know, it takes what, to your point, John, when everything's right, it is incredible.
Yep.
Right? And even with my issues, I'm still glad I have it. But to me, it goes from being a figure I'm glad that I have, instead of being a, oh my God, I need to make sure I get the Battle Cat. I need to make sure I get the big releases. And to your point, maybe I need to reconfigure my display because I want maybe 10 of these 6 scale He-Man figures. But instead of me feeling that way about it, I'm almost like, well, I have this one. It's good enough. And that may be it for me.
Yep.
Because of my own QC issues as well as others. Now, I believe I've seen, if you reach out to them, they'll get it taken care of for you. But you know, so when everything's perfect, I agree with you, John. It's an incredible release, absolutely incredible.
Yep.
But for the price, I feel like a little more should have been.
There shouldn't be anywhere near as many problems.
Yes,
because there's more, like, just seeing reviews and just pictures. There's more bad press than good press on this right now.
Yeah,
way more.
Yep. And, you know, and new to Tabby, 1/6 Slippery Slope, Hot Toys was the only one, then went to 5. But the thing is, like, with Hot Toys, I'm sure there's QC issues that happen, but I've bought many Hot Toys over the years, and say for, you know, little accessories maybe being very prone to breaking and stuff like that, never the level that this He-Man has received. And it's about the same price. This was what I was looking at, my receipt, you know, from Mondo, and it was like $270 all in or something like that. I'll spend less than that on a Hot Toy, and everyone delivers. And it's a different experience. Like, this is a upscaled action figure versus a Hot Toy, which is like you know, a recreation of a human being. But that's the difference, where, like, if I'm spending that kind of money that this Mondo figure is, when I have had the Hot Toys experience, which is damn near perfection, that's why it was a lesser experience for me. Hot dolls, I mean, it's a doll, but it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
I mean, yeah, I do want to get the rest of the Masters lineup. And when I showed Sue this, and she thought it was great, and she said, "Where's She-Ra? Did they make She-Ra?" And I said, "I didn't order it." Oops.
You know who did order She-Ra and chose it as number 1, not Motu Revelation Skeletor. Good friend Ted Biasel. And I didn't, and again, I because I didn't order it, I maybe wasn't paying as much attention, but I feel like there was far less issues with She-Ra than there was He-Man, right?
Yeah. I paid very little attention when the pre-order happened, or the timed release. It was there and gone, and I didn't even pay attention to it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's 110% right on Hot Toys experience. Quan, I have over 200 Hot Toys. I've only had one issue, and it was the Armorer's arm.
Wow.
Ted said she had a nose issue. Okay. So yeah, you know, I think, and again, but Mondo's been doing. I'll dig into this more when I do my review of it. But Mondo, they're not a spring chicken. They've been doing these kind of figures, or at least the 6 scale figures, for a while now. I feel like there should be a little bit more stability there, I guess, if that makes sense. We need Ted back on. Ted, when can you come back on? Just let me know. We need to have you back on, my friend.
Yep.
I know there's still a lot of pins that you pinned that we can't get to yet.
The board is nothing but pins.
So just we have Ted on. He just has like a cork board. It's just all pins. We can't talk about any of these. Didn't buy these. Looking forward to your 22 best of video. Hoping alive for a minute to say hello. There's Rushing Tomorrow. Thank you so much
Oh,
for hanging in. And Gary's here. Let's see. Hatter as well had a nose issue. Mondo sent ahead the next week so far, so good.
Oh,
so again,
cool.
it seems as though at least Mondo is very responsive.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, I don't know, just disappointing. You know, it's like you want it. And again, nothing's perfect 100% of the time. There's always going to be flaws in the system or flaws in a release. But you know, it's just you hate to see it. You hate to see it like that. Okay. John, it's now time for my number one, which may not be a shocker because I think I said it in the video review I did of this figure.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure I said it in the review I did of this figure.
I think I know what it's going to be.
I feel people have been saying in the chat as well, so I'm sorry if this is so obvious. But really, I was blown away by this figure. None other than Serpentor. Serpentor, the Hasbro PostCon exclusive. An absolutely wondrous release. Not only is it an incredible figure, and I get it didn't come with an alligator or was a crocodile, crocodile, but this thing had an air chariot with all the bells and whistles. The figure was incredible. The paint apps were incredible. Like it is next to the vintage one. It just I don't know. Maybe it was because the expectations were so high for this set. And usually when you have really high expectations or, you know, it's like no way could something live up to those crazy lofty expectations you had for something. But then when it like exceeds those in your hand, those magical moments don't happen all the time. And for me, the Hasbro PulseCon exclusive Serpentor and Air Chariot set was that $80 or $79.99. It wasn't stupid expensive. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't stupid expensive. The figure looked fantastic. The air chariot is fantastic. It's just such a, it's just, to me, it was the perfect release. There wasn't a flaw, at least in my example. And it exceeded expectations, which is hard to do in this day and age. So Serpentor and Air Chariot set is my number one. John, thoughts?
Yeah. If we were doing 6 picks, he would have been on my list as well. But I knew you were going to put him on yours, so I was going to put him on mine too.
I appreciate you didn't choose it because I was prepared, like, well, John's probably gonna do Serpentor, so I'll find something else.
Yeah. I knew you were going to have it. But yeah, this was, you know, when you got to see this in the case at San Diego,
yes,
and everybody else that's seen this in the case, or Toy Fair, wherever anybody got to see this in person, it was nothing but praise and appreciation that Hasbro's doing, you know, something so much justice and not going, it's not like over the top. They took the vintage one and just made it so much better. They didn't go super crazy with it and add too much. It is perfect for everything that it needed to be.
Yeah.
And from what we saw, like in the case, was delivered. It was so perfect. And then that's what everybody got. It was what?
I think he was trying to be after darky on that.
Oh. But yeah, this is, I mean, it's like this is like the pin in Classified where it's like, all right, this is the top of the mountain. This is the best it's going to be.
Yeah.
And hopefully like everything else after this will be equally as good. You know, like everything else needs to live up to this now in Classified. We can't have any hits, any misses. It has to be as good as this.
Yeah. Yep. Toy Sorceress Serpentor was absolute perfection, the crown jewel of the Classified line. Yeah, Neil Hunter. A lot of like non-Joe fans have gotten this and loved it. Dude, I've never really cared for G.I. Joe, probably something to do with being raised by a hippie, but Serpentor is so fracking amazing. Even I want this figure and his vehicle / set piece. Yeah. Exactly. I think it is one of those releases that even if you don't even like G.I. Joe, you're gonna like this figure.
Yep.
Right. And yeah, let's hit the like button. I don't know where we're at right now, but let's hit the like button. Now, there's not really necessarily a like goal tonight. We'll do our giveaways next week, so be prepared for that. But we have a big John. We're changing up the giveaway game, by the way.
Oh,
maybe we'll test it out tonight for After Dark. But
okay.
it is going to be so much fun.
Oh man.
The wheel of names will be retired and a new thing will be introduced, and it's gonna be a blast.
Can't wait. I don't even know what this is.
It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. And I'm really excited for it. So make sure you tune in next week. 213 right now. Let's get at 250. Let's get at 250.
250.
500 people watching right now. Let's hit the 250 mark. For likes, hit the like button. So there you go. There you have it. Our top 10 collectively toys from 2022. Even though one of John's was from 1990. Jeff Morris, I'm probably the only person that does not like Serpentor, but I have always not liked him since the cartoons in the 80s. I mean, he's a honestly, I mean, G.I. Joe has a lot of goofy characters, but
yeah.
He's definitely that post
goofy. Come on.
I think it's part of the charm, but I get it. It's just like, you know. But still, I totally understand. But even to me, what I love about the classified one is even the toy, you look at it as an adult, it's like it's goofy. It's a weird toy.
Yeah.
But they made all of the, you know, idiosyncrasies of that original release badass on the classified one. Right? Like the original toy, like his cow's too big. It looks silly. But in the release they did for classifieds, like he looks amazing. So
yep.
Anyway. What are we laughing at?
No, I'm just thinking it's like, why would they that Serpentor on his air chariot is a moving target.
Yes.
He's literally surrounded by nothing.
Yes.
How did nobody just shoot him down?
Listen, okay, he had like Genghis Khan DNA, Napoleon. He just outsmarted the laser beams. Yeah, exactly. Agree, just not for me. That's fine. Yeah, totally understand. Okay, John, let's talk about disappointments. And before we do, though, I did want to at least give a plug here for After Dark tonight, John. I thought it'd be fun if we went over our toy collecting resolutions for 2023. So for all of our patrons at any level, coming out with us after this show, and John and I will be talking about our toy collecting resolutions for 2023. I know, John, you're adapting the way you collect toys this coming year. And you know, I don't know. Actually, I don't even know if I have any yet. Maybe I'll walk them through or figure them out as we go live. But anybody joining as well, you can share your toy collecting resolutions for 2023. But that'll be our After Dark plus anything else that happens. Who the hell knows? I'm sure Dole will show up or something. But anyway, yeah, come hang out with us After Dark. $5 or more. Any patron gets to join. Link in the description below if you want to become a patron. But anyways, John, all right, disappointments. I don't want to... Nerdzoic has regular Zartan for retail. Well, there you go. Go check out Nerdzoic store. Also, John, we were a finalist for the Nerdies. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did. I didn't see the final, the winners.
I believe it was Articulated Ninja. So kudos and congrats to go that way, or to Articulated Ninja. But honored to be a finalist. So thank everybody who voted for this channel in that. You know, cool. It's a really neat thing that Nerdzoic does. I think I can see who watches what. You know, our audience watches other people. I know a lot of you watch Nerdzoic, but if you haven't gone to that channel, please go subscribe. Check out that video. Check out all the other videos. He does a fantastic job on that channel. But anyways, moving on, John. I don't want to live in the negative space too long. So I'm not going to have another 5 lists of all of our disappointments. But John, are there any toy releases the past year, 2022, that were a disappointment for you?
Yeah, I think my biggest disappointment was and still is the Super 7 Ultimate Turtles. And just because of their I don't know what you would call it. It's not price gouging, but it is price manipulation
Yes.
because both of us are buying them at full price retail.
Yep.
And after they ship 2 weeks later, they're on Amazon, they're on Big Bad or Entertainment Earth, like you said, Black Friday for a recent wave for $20 less. And that just completely turned me off.
Yeah.
And I sold all of my TMNT Ultimates. I just said nope, no thank you.
Yeah.
I had such a sour taste in my mouth about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I lost money on all of them. I didn't completely, take a bath, but still, it doesn't matter. And of course, we'll get back on that. Tune in next week. So I think that was my biggest disappointment. Was loving the line so much, and then the waves that I hadn't picked up, like Krang. I was super excited for Samurai Leo.
Yeah,
like one of my favorite vintage figures.
Yeah.
And when the paint was wrong, the gold, that was one of the big gripes, was the gold was off, and then broken joints, whether it was his head or wrist joint or whatever. So I just didn't bother. I was like, well, why am I going to? It's a gamble to buy it when I don't know if it's going to break.
Yeah.
So I gave up completely.
Yeah.
And for the design of the figures is still really good. Like I'll never say anything about the design of the figures, the style, but the QC problems, which it seems like they just don't address. It's like they don't care.
Yeah. Like one race will be fine, the next will be like, or even in a wave, like where I've heard great things about Scratch. I think Toy Sorceress said that, but even My Leatherhead, I think it's a great figure, but they didn't. The engineering of it's top heavy. It keeps falling over, so I have to like tripod the gun to get it to stand upright. When you could have just engineering, you'd want the tail to have some weight to it so it would balance itself out well. When you are paying a premium for something, you just want that attention to detail. And they're paying for, or at least I think, for Horseman Studios to sculpt it. That detail is great, to your point. But the other parts of it, there isn't that attention to detail across the line that you would want to see there.
Right. Exactly.
So, I agree. I'm not going to harp on it anymore because I've made a video about it in my last wave or whatever, if you've seen that one or not. So I wasn't going to put it in my list, but I think it's a fair one. And it's one that I hope they figure out. But you know what, though? Like NECA Turtles, NECA's doing great. And hell, maybe McFarlane to do a line too. We'll see how that goes. John, you watched that or not? We talked about it.
I did. Yeah, I watched it.
We still don't know for sure if it's McFarlane or not yet. So who the hell knows? Like, it may just end up being Playmates. So a lot of stuff up in the air on that one. But toy news. It's fun. Jace, premium price should equal premium experience. Period. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mondo, for example.
And that's where, to me too, and it'll be in my video, but it's just like, I don't expect perfection. Nothing's perfect. But it's like, I see all my friends around me having issues, and it's like, oh, then you have that, and then mine is like, damn, mine too. It just takes the wind out of the sails,
Yep.
Toy Collector Magazine toy news is fun. I have my December, was it November, December issue?
November, December, yeah.
Yep. In hand around here somewhere.
Real quick, while Blake is here.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we can, because I missed issue number 1,
Mm-hmm.
because you need the stamp or
Mm-hmm.
UPC or whatever to send in
Yeah.
to get the figure. So if you missed out on issue number 1,
Yeah.
you can draw your own and send that in. You can
Oh, that's
design
cool.
your own coupon number 1 if you
Yeah.
missed issue number 1. So there it says in issue number 2, just draw your own. That
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah.
awesome. I love it.
Fun line. Blake's done a great job.
Yep.
And excited for more to come there. All right. My biggest disappointment, and there's been disappointments. I think this one, to the level, John, of disappointment where I couldn't even bring myself to do a video about it. Like, I shot video and it was so disappointing that I was just like, I can't even finish this video. That's how disappointing it was.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it is? I don't know.
Yeah, I think I know what it is.
Okay, well, for me, it was the damn O-ring line.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And so this is like my raw footage from there you go. You can see I usually clap to sync audio, so there you can see that there. So I shot the opening of this and everything, and because I'll incorporate that into my videos and stuff when I do the review. And so I'm already in these 4 little effing figures, $90 for these 4 things. And
well, granted, that's like $140 right there with the 2-pack behind them.
It's like $150.
Oh my god!
I think once it's all said and done.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, here they are. I even look at this. I even brought out the original so I could do like side-by-side comparisons. But no, because this set, while I think the Cobra Commander was fine, like immediately, I don't know if you can see it. Like I brought it up so I could look at it close up. I think they were trying to make him do this kind of like lifted eyebrow thing, but his face was like misapplied. And this, you can see me here looking. I was like, "What the
heck?"
And I was so disappointed with how his face turned out. Here we go. Let's see if I try to get it. There we go. There's his face. And I was just like, damn it. I spent like $50 on this. And collectors, I feel like we've all been in this place before, right? You've spent money and you sit there and you regret everything you've ever done in your life that led up to this moment and this choice. Because I was just like, I questioned everything. I questioned how I collect toys. I question, like, do I just burn the whole collection? I was just like, what am I doing with my life?
Is this real life right now?
And so I literally I went through with this. Like, again, this is only 5 minutes in. Like, there's another 20 minutes of me taking all this stuff out, taking them out of the package. But
oh my god,
it's so bad.
We have 2022 technology, Hasbro. What is going on here?
And the fact that in there, and it's my autofocus when it's that close, or macro, whatever, is tough. There you go. And I was like, they tout, and again, like we talked about how we think classified is like the line of the year for 2022, right? So we know Emily and Lenny do amazing work. I adore them. I adore the team that does G.I. Joes. I think just their energy and passion they bring to it is incredible. So like the execution on this was just so poor. I was just like, I'm done. Like, I'm done buying these sets. Mad Hatter. I don't know what you're talking about, Jay. That Duke face is just like art, nitpicker.
They have no problems with masked faces.
No,
Everything else so far is a masked face, right?
that's true.
And then they get Duke, and it is Dookie. It is
Ooh, it is a
awful.
dookie. It is a dookie indeed. Yeah, this has like it's not my good audio. It's just whatever the camera's working. Let's see what I'm saying right now.
Almost like it was printed at an angle or something. Like that eye is that much lower than that one. But it doesn't look. Let me bring this in closer just to my own eyes out of this camera because I'm looking at it through the camera lens right now.
So I had to like bring it up close. Like I'm trying. This is such a sad video. So I'm done. I'm done showing it because it's just making me sad again. Exactly. That Duke face is Jay Shook. Exactly. Yeah, Michael, you can hear the I just like I shot that video and I think I went straight back upstairs and Colleen was watching TV or something. And then she was like, "What's wrong, Jay?" I was like, "I don't want to talk about it." Oh my God. Retro, is that the only unreleased GDL? No, actually, there's plenty. If the video's not coming together or the flow, or there's a lot of times it's just the video just doesn't come together and I don't post it. But yeah, exactly. That one just
you had no upward inflection in your voice at all. Just, what is going on?
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Oh, the I Joe O-rings, the Butterface line. Oh man. Luch John, we need a GDL Lost episodes compilation. Yeah, I got a lot of just dead footage out there. There's some that are like complete episodes that haven't even been released yet. So, anyways, maybe one day, maybe like a Patreon bonus. Who knows? Become a patron today. Patreon.com/GeekDadLife. Okay. That's it, right, John? I think that's all of the things. Oh, okay. Do we want to pick like anything else? Any other superlatives that we want to give out?
I think that was the big one. I mean,
best line of the year. Yep. I think both agree classified as best of the year.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's no stinkers. It is almost perfect paint every time. It is perfect. Great line. Number one.
Yeah. And then I think someone said like best crowd backer. To me, it's like what was delivered this year, and the only one that I got that was delivered this year, I think, is Galactus, and it's incredible. Because a lot of the ones that were late last year are coming out soon. Like I don't have the Proton Pack yet. I don't have the Sky Striker yet. I didn't get the Victory Saber. While I'm super excited for Eternia, that's a ways away. So nothing there. Again, I didn't want to harp on too much, Dan. So I picked one thing and that was the worst for me this year. Jay's villain arc. Sorry, no, Jamie Vaughn. I don't want a villain arc. Best Demon Rider vehicle.
Best fail.
Oh my God. Yeah. Who had the best crowdfunding campaign? I think the His Tank, right? Like I think Eternia, you could say, but there was the kerfuffle around King Grayskull and
the payment plans. I wouldn't say that was a great campaign. It was successful because it worked.
Yes,
but it wasn't a great campaign.
Yep.
And the only other one that really succeeded was the His Tank because Reva's lightsaber failed.
Yep.
The Hell Charger failed.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else prior to that ended in December of 2021. So those technically can't be in the cut, right?
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yep, exactly.
I mean, outside of Deathsaurus.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I would say it's probably a tie. I would say it's a good tie between Deathsaurus and the His Tank.
Yeah, I feel like I would put His Tank above it just because it was the first classified release, and Deathsaurus was kind of like a sequel to victory saber. There's already kind of a built-in, baked-in success there to build upon.
Mm-hmm.
His tank, even though there was a Sky Striker, but that's O-ring scale or 3 3/4 inch scale. It's a different scale. And when you look at other 6-inch scale, Black Series failed. As well as Marvel Legends failed this year. So to me, I think that also just makes the His Tank backer program that much more successful. So I'm not trying to be a Transformer hater, Dartherian.
and the pricing does help the Transformers, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
under $200.
Exactly. That was great. Matt Hatter's best toy tuber feud, Ryan Dole. I don't like the cut of your jib. Oh my god. Yes. Toy tuber feuds, the stupidest thing ever.
Is there a Flipper Frank crowdfund happening yet, Ramen? Is that a thing yet?
Is that live? Did I miss that? I know I've been privy to it happening, but is it live yet? Did I miss that?
I feel like we would have known that.
Well, there was just the Flipper Frank 2022 awards. That was last night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet though. If it was in there, Hatter, I'm sorry, I missed it.
I watched it. I didn't see it.
Okay, all right.
It's good though. You get to see everybody. You get to see the whole gallery. Everybody. Happy Toy Guy. Everyone.
Oh, amazing. My kids are still at home. They're still at home tomorrow. Can't wait for them to go back to school. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not going crazy. Ryan Doe, it's on. Some people have gotten their packs already. I haven't. So award shows yesterday. So boom, there you go. If you haven't seen it yet, check out Mad Hatter's award show. I will once again. I don't have to watch SpongeBob for the 10,000th time. And I like SpongeBob, and I've seen enough SpongeBob for one life. All right, John. I think I don't. Nobody sent in a Stump John this week.
Oh, lame.
We haven't been on live for.
Yeah, we're out of the rhythm. We got to get back into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, show some sweet concept art for Flip War. I know. So Flip War. Again, stay tuned. It's gonna happen. You best believe. It's we're not shills. We'll get accused of it for some reason. But I will be shilling the hell out of Mad Hatter's.
You best believe it.
I'm already ready. I'm ready for all the shill hate thrown up at me because I'm gonna be shilling the hell out of it. I don't care. Who knows it?
Do we have any old Stump Johns? Do we have anything old?
Maybe. Oh, Dartherian, you sent one a few weeks ago. Oh, maybe I have to look for it.
What happens when somebody flips a flip or?
Ooh, does the world implode on itself?
I know. Does the buyer get super bad luck forever?
Oh my god, let's see. Oh, John, okay. I do have an older one here. Let's see. All right, I got some accessories here. This one's from John Johnson, who is one of our producers, our Patreon producer level.
All right. I turned off the chat. I can't see any answers.
This is 3 accessories. Perfect. Okay.
You got the answers there?
I've got the answers. It's a double flip inception. Damn. Okay, Shillor. Oh, snot lips.
So it seems like Shillor. It would be like the She-Ra to the He-Man, right?
Yes, exactly.
Shillor should be the female to the male of Flipor.
Yes, I love that. Oh, we're gonna have an intro. Don't worry, everybody. Just calm down. I'm just getting.
You'll get your song.
I got it. Don't worry. I'm trying to get things set up here. Doing it live, okay? Effing thing. All right, here we go. Yeah, exactly. Shillor. I think Shillor. Ooh, I love that idea. Shared universe. Ooh, Cat Siftor. Yeah.
That'd be like a little Modi.
Yeah. It's John, this is true. It's very sexist of you to say. It's like you're saying all women are shills, John.
I didn't say that. I don't put the words in my mouth, Terrence.
All right. Let's do the thing. Let's do the dude. Hey, I got the music. Okay, you ready, John?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. It's that time again. It's time to stump John and his knowledge of all things toy accessories. Yes, he claims to be an expert, and we like to challenge him on it in a segment we like to call Stump John. So everybody, everywhere, all around the world, it's time to do what? It's time to stump that John. All right, Stump John time.
Ready.
And Stump that John. Yeah, exactly. It's time to Stump that John. These were submitted by John Johnson. Again, if you want to submit your Stump Johns, if you've got accessories, please just make sure you send me the pictures as well as the answers. geekdadlife@gmail.com. If you ever want to get in touch with me, probably the best way is geekdadlife@gmail.com. I recently caught up on some Instagram messages. And you know, like Instagram, like if you aren't friends or whatever, like they won't let you go in your inbox.
You got to accept it first.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying to send you a message.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a few sitting there. I was like, damn it, I totally missed out on some conversations. So geekdadlife@gmail.com is probably the best way to get in touch with me. Or if you're a patron, the patron messages or whatever. Anyways, all I have to say is I'm really bad at staying on top of communications. John knows. Kind of the worst. Anyway,
No.
Okay. let's bless this in. First accessory, John. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
I don't know.
Come on, it's a bow and arrow.
What would it be? Yellow bow and arrow. Yellow bow and arrow. Who would have a yellow bow and arrow?
Yeah, exactly.
Let me think about it.
Okay.
It looks really familiar. It looks so familiar.
It's like I've been here before. Did I miss Jay's Innovatorium tour? No, there's no updates. I got laid off 2 months ago. My big plan to like redo this whole thing kind of went up in the air for that because money's got to pay bills, not fun stuff. But hopefully, whenever get the JOB situation settled, that can be maybe by next year there'll be another toy room tour because it's exactly the same as last year. So just watch that one if you want to see a toy room tour again. Kayla, yeah, as a friend, I can test his bad communication. Exactly. Just there's no offense. I love you all. It's just I'm like
you're busy. You're busy.
Yeah, I'm busy. Also, like undiagnosed ADHD. Like I can just like completely forget conversations mid-conversation. That's the thing. All right. Next one. It's not the penny.
It's an American US penny. What is that? I can't even tell what it is.
It's a little accessory.
Itty bitty. Tiny. I don't know what it is to begin with.
To be honest, I had no idea what this was.
Is it like a coin purse? Is the coin supposed to be like a hint?
No, I think it's just the coin is there for scale.
For scale, yeah. But it looks like a door panel from like a tiny car or something like that. I don't know. I'm past that one too.
Okay. All right.
Are anybody in the chat getting this?
Yes, someone has at least one person has gotten it that I'm seeing. People in the chat have gotten them. This one I feel like you should get though.
Is it the Sky Escape Joker gun?
Yep. All right, you got one right.
Okay.
Dark Knight Collection Sky Escape Joker.
Yep.
Often lost.
Often lost, yes.
He's got a little hand. It's the same hand for his mallet from Superpowers, but
the bow, is that a 12-inch scale bow?
honestly, I have no idea.
Okay. And that thing, I have no idea what that is. That
A lot of people got this one. Maybe that's hint I'll get. Like
really?
a lot of people got this one.
I don't know it. I want to say it's DC Direct.
It is.
It is DC Direct.
Mm-hmm. I feel like if you know it's DC Direct, you know what this should be.
I mean, all I can think is Green Arrow.
But
why
it's
would
a yellow arrow.
But it's a yellow arrow.
So who would
I mean,
have
it's a yellow bow. And I'm coming up with nothing.
Come on, you're so close.
Yellow Lantern, Green Arrow.
No, like
I know there is no such thing.
DC Direct.
Mhm.
It is a bow, but it's not green. It's yellow.
I know I'm getting like smashed in the comments right now.
Oh,
I just don't have it in me tonight.
it's okay. It's all right.
Who is it? Who is it?
Speedy.
Oh, damn it.
I almost said sidekick, but I was just like that's gonna give it away if I say sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
The giraffe. Banana Bandit. Oh, all right. Okay. All right. So and this one, no clue you're gonna give up?
Yeah, I'm giving up because I can't even tell what it is.
It is Playmates, the next generation Romulan accessory. Like
Oh, nope. No way I would ever get that.
Yeah. That was the tough one. But I figured once you got DC Direct, I thought Speedy's was easy.
Nope. I just, sometimes it just doesn't work.
It's okay. You've had it's been a couple weeks since we've done a Stump John anything, and so it's okay. Don't feel too bad. Next time.
That the Sky Escape Joker gun. I feel good about that. So
yeah. People are giving you a 1.5 out of 3, so I think you technically still didn't fail if it's a 1.5.
I'll take it.
Oh my goodness. John, you're not doing dry January though, right? I think you're okay.
No, I already finished. I got a refill.
Oh my god. All right. Darthan, just wait till it's a load of mine. We'll do yours next. All right. Well, that will do it. Thank you for everybody hanging out with us tonight on this New Year's Day. Happy New Year's, everybody. Thanks to our patrons. Got a new list. This is the latest and greatest. So if you have become a patron within up to today, you will be on this list. Thank you to all of the patrons of the Geek Dad Life channel. You make this world go round. Thank you so much. Again, thank you to all of our family members. Thank you if you come in here and just be a part of the chat and just be a positive force for good. Thank you, everybody. It's always great to hang out with you. So excited to start a new year of talking toys with you all, and excited to see. Oh, I gotta change the copyright on this. It's 22. It's 2023. But anyway, we'll see you all for After Dark. Oh, we hit 15,000 subscribers. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
I wanted to hit that before anything, and we did by the hair on our chinny chin. Come hang out with us for After Dark if you're a patron. Any of our patrons doing toy collecting resolutions. We did it for free last week. It was the most watched episode ever. So if you want to experience that, $5 or more, you can do it. And then for our $15 tier, we're going to do a game night. I think that it's not. There it is. This was the last time we did it, and we'll be doing another game nights this week. So be on the lookout for that. So, anyways, all right, John, let's head on over After Dark in like 5 minutes. For everybody else, we'll see you all next time. Hasta luego, and goodbye. Take care, everybody.